Part 3. When the mountain opened its maw. Adam's Journal. October 13th, 1768. I was wrong about one thing. I thought it would rise slowly. It had been rising for years, but its emergence took only one night. Before dawn, I felt that the earth was no longer merely moving. It was tightening, like skin stretched over a wound about to burst. Floors trembled inside the houses. Clay crumbled in the cellars. One old man awoke because his bed had tilted. A hollow had formed beneath his home. The village no longer stood on solid ground. It stood on emptiness. The bells. I do not believe in symbols without power. So the bells were not merely a gesture of faith. They were an instrument. The chapel of Greymar had two old copper bells, cast by the first settlers. On one of them, a worn inscription read, "Vox Dei super terram," the voice of God over the earth. When we removed them from the beam, the men worked in silence. Each understood. If they fell and cracked, there would be no second chance. We wrapped them in leather straps, secured them above the cleared entrance to the mine shaft on thick wooden beams. Ropes descended into the darkness, where the air was warmer than it should have been. I was not certain it would work. I did not even know whether the creature perceived sound as pain, but I had seen how its body reacted in the cave to the vibration of my voice. Therefore, sound could become a weapon, or enrage it. "Father, what if it becomes stronger?" Martin asked quietly. "It is already strong," I replied. "The only question is whether we give it time." The fissure. It began in the square. The stone near the well cracked in a perfect circle. Not chaotically, a clean line, as if something beneath the earth were drawing a boundary. The water in the well rose and spilled over the edge. Then the ground collapsed. Not the entire square, only the center. Heat burst from the fissure. Steam. The smell of wet stone and something saline. People screamed. One man did not leap back in time. The cobblestones beneath him gave way, and he vanished into darkness. His scream ended instantly. No impact, no fall, just silence. And then it rose. Full form. What surfaced no longer resembled the body I had seen in the cave. Here, on the surface, it unfolded. Long, thick, composed of several segments that moved independently. Appendages opened like broken arms, clutched at stone, and heaved the mass upward. The openings in its skin no longer merely pulsed. They opened. Hot steam poured from them, and each aperture contracted when people screamed. It sensed fear and fed on it. The first strike, I gave the signal. Martin and two others pulled the ropes. The bells struck, dull, powerful. The sound traveled through the ground. I saw the creature's body shudder in a wave. The openings closed for a moment, but instead of retreating, it lunged forward. One appendage swept aside the house to the right. The wall shattered. Stone struck a woman in the chest. She fell and did not rise again. Another blow, and the roof of the neighboring home caved in. Children ran toward the chapel, and it turned toward them. Close combat. I rushed forward. Holy water no longer stopped it, it only scorched. Then I understood. It was adapting. Each time I used the same form of prayer, its reaction weakened. This was not merely a demon, it was something that learned. I began to recite the rite differently from the book. I altered the order, changed the intonation. It shuddered again, and I ordered the bells to be struck without pause. The sound became chaotic. Metal groaned. Beams cracked. The creature lunged at me. An appendage coiled around my leg. I fell, and then everything became very close. I felt its skin. Slippery, hot, pulsing. It squeezed my ribs. I heard the crack. The pain was so sharp that for a moment I went blind. Inside the mind. It struck again, not with its body, but with its mind. I saw the dark void beneath the village. Saw the tunnels, and within them, remnants, not living children, but shadows. It did not preserve them. It preserved their fear as reserves. "You do not understand depth," it whispered. And then I understood. Its strength lay in the hollow spaces. As long as the tunnels beneath the village existed, it had support.
The decision. I shouted to the men, "Cut the beams!" They did not understand at once. "Collapse the entrance!" If we sealed the tunnel, it would lose its path downward. Martin rushed forward with an axe. He struck the support beneath the bells. The creature lunged toward him. With my last strength, I drove the crucifix into the largest opening in its body. Not pressed, driven in. Its skin parted like rotten fabric. And then it screamed. A true scream, many-voiced. The beam snapped, the bells tore free and fell directly into the fissure. One struck the creature along a segment, the other plunged into the tunnel. The earth beneath us began to collapse. I felt the creature weaken. It was losing its support. The tunnel caved in, and with it, its path back. It tried to drag me down with it. Its appendages tightened. I felt my ribs finally break. Blood filled my mouth, but I continued to recite, slowly, clearly, as the earth collapsed. The creature sank downward. Its body seemed to disintegrate as though its own emptiness devoured it from within, and the fissure closed with a heavy, hollow groan. 3 dead, 6 wounded, 2 houses completely destroyed. The square cracked and sank. The village stands, but not as before. People look at the ground as if it betrayed them. I lie in the chapel. Breathing is difficult. The doctor says several ribs are broken, internal bleeding. When I close my eyes, I still feel it skim. And I wonder, did all the tunnels truly collapse? Today I heard the men speaking near the ruins. "We must leave," one said. "It will return," another replied. "The earth here is rotten." Victory did not restore their peace, because they saw what lay beneath them, and now they know. Letter to the Abbot of the Order. 1. Adam confirmed the expulsion of the entity operating beneath the settlement of Greymar. The creature did not correspond to any known type of demon familiar to me. It was not summoned, not bound to a particular person. It existed autonomously. Its behavior indicates the capacity for learning and adaptation to religious formulas. I encountered similar manifestations in Latoria in 1763, but there the entity did not demonstrate such complex cognitive structure. This one was older and more intelligent. I recommend the case be studied as a new type of demonic form, one that parasitizes communal fear and is connected to geological cavities. I request permission to return to the monastery for recovery. My body is wounded, but pain is not the primary matter. The true concern is the feeling that we have not yet given this kind a name, and that which has no name has a tendency to return. End of the story.
As I go down my distance, loft in my heart, swelling the sound of my